the first round was unfolding last night, I saw the video of when you heard your pick. Was that as much a feeling of relief? Were you starting to wonder?
I knew a couple. It was like maybe right after the Boston pick, is when I was discussing with people and what was happening, and they said Houston's going to take you. Immediately I'm just like, wow, really? And it's kind of crazy, and the call starts cutting down. I'm like, no, not now, please, not now, not now. And I kind of run outside, and I'm talking, and he goes, Houston Astros are going to pick you at 28. Congratulations, Seth. And my heart just sank. It's something you just dream about as a kid. Growing up, that's the kind of stuff that drives me every day. And to see my family and stuff there to experience it with me was just something, I'll cherish for the rest of my life. And just finally getting to that pick, and I swear the amount of commercials that were leading up to that point, I was like, oh my gosh, like it just felt like hours and hours and hours. And finally seeing the commissioner of baseball go up there and playing that in my head, since I was in sixth grade, of him saying my name, and it finally happening was just an incredible experience, and I'm just so blessed to be picked by this great organization.
This was your advisor. How they're going to use you yet?
We hadn't really spoken much. Houston, obviously they're a very competitive organization, and right now they're focused on who they're picking right now, because the draft's still going on, so right now, I got a call from last night, just a brief call, just a congratulations, from their president and their owner and stuff, and the area scout who I had worked with for so long, ever since high school, and with just congratulations, and I'm just truly blessed and just honored to be in this situation, and to think that they trust me with their first guy is just incredible.
Seth, you were drafted out of high school like so many kids last night. How much do you think you benefited by deciding to come to Clemson?
I think it's a preference thing. Looking at some of these guys that are getting picked pretty high, and just like, man, like that kid looks like he's 25 years old. I was like, and this kid looks ready for the next level. And for me, I didn't, I felt like I needed to take those next steps to get to where I want to get to when it comes to someday making it to the big leagues, and and some guys, I'm just so excited for all those guys that got to experience that last night, because it's a big deal no matter where you go. And I think I've learned so much when it comes to the baseball aspect of how I've grown, and then also as a man and as a person. Those are big things, and getting ready to face the true, like the real world and all that kind of stuff that comes along with it, and it's gonna be fun, and I'm just truly excited.
Any of us that have ever played baseball, we dream. When you were watching the World Series last year, did you ever give yourself a moment to think what it'd be like to hit in the same lineup with a Springer or a Correa or somebody like that, or even give thought to that could be me one day?
You know what, I'd have to say yes. I watched every game, and every pitch, every inning of all the World Series games, and I've done that since as long as I can remember. It's always been a big deal, and to me, because that's like the biggest stage. That's like where the stress is the most, all that kind of stuff. The lights are its brightest, and that's where the magic happens, is in those World Series games, and that's what they talk about. So for me, it was something that immediately, once I heard my name being told that I was going to go there, I was thinking about those games and just going, wow, like what would it be like to play with some of these great players and guys that work extremely hard and are blue collar. They're just hard nosed, and they do what they're supposed to do to help their team win. And that's what I try to do every day when I go out there on the field. And so I really feel like this is a great fit.
Major League Baseball, of course, puts up a list of each slot and
yeah.
value. Was it just a matter for you in terms of now the next decision, getting picked in the first round, or how much of an evaluation process are you now going to go in?
Right now, I really don't know much. It's just one of those things. Like I said, they're focused on stuff right now with what who they're drafting and what they're going through right now, and I guess that'll be a process we'll be talking about in the next few days, but as of right now, I have no information on that.
But in terms of a decision, though, as to whether to go or whether to come back?
It's one of those things still. You just got to keep, deciding, and all that kind of stuff. And right now, I hadn't really had a chance to sit down and go through everything with my family and everything, but, this is my dream. And that's really what I got to say to that. And, and the Clemson fan base and stuff has been so supportive of the of me being drafted, and I think that's what makes it so cool. It just kind of gives me the confidence and stuff to go off and finally pursue my dream.
Do you have a favorite memory from your time here at Clemson?
Definitely one of my favorite memories would definitely be just being a part of a team that has had so many come from behind wins, and I think it's an experience that I can't really put into words because it's happened so many times, and I think throughout my 3 years, I just think as a whole, those memories to me, the games where we're not supposed to win, the ones that it's coming down to the last 2 innings, inning, and we're down, and we somewhere or another pull it out. I think those are the memories that I'm going to cherish for a long time.
What about that home run at Georgia?
That's going to be up there. I'll tell you that now. That one will be up there. The one in Pittsburgh will be up there. Florida State one will be up there. South Carolina.
Yeah.
That's probably, the South Carolina one, there's nothing I can put into words that really describes the feeling of what happened there. But that is definitely something that someday I'm going to be really, really proud to tell my kids about, or my grandkids or whatever, and I'll keep bringing it up over and over. They're going to have to tell me to shut up about it. But, it's just one of those things, the South Carolina home run is big just because that series is just so, it just runs so deep between the two schools.
Seth, how cool would it be for you to play professionally in the same city as Deshaun Watson?
It'd be cool. Him, Hopkins, you got to think of, all the guys that just, run through that area, and it was really cool because, they reached out to me and, congratulated me, and all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I feel like a little fangirl again, just going, oh gosh, telling my dad who loves football, and he's like, really, you have his number? Are you sick of it? And I was like, nah, you can't have it, Dad. Come on, let's be real here. No, I'm just super excited. This city, this state, they seem very close and very supportive of what all sports they bring to the table and all the aspects that go along with it, and they're very happy, and people are voicing their thoughts towards me and just the support, and it means a lot coming from a huge place like that out there.
Is that Deshaun or Nuke that reached out?
No, Hopkins actually just reached out to me, and that was pretty cool, DeAndre, and it's just crazy. I'm checking my phone, and it's on Twitter on my DMs, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I look at my girlfriend Taylor, and I was like, Hopkins just sliding in my DMs, man. How funny is that? But yeah, he was just like, congratulations, and he said, best of luck. And I said, when you get here and stuff, and we're talking, just make sure to reach out to me. And I said, of course, and thanks for all the support. And, he's a great guy.
I know you have plenty of time to talk with the family, your advisor, him to talk with them. Do you have a optimum target as to when you'd like to have a decision in place as to what you plan to do?
Honestly, I have no idea, and I think that kind of goes with what the people in the office, my corner, and obviously theirs as well. And right now I'm riding the wave of just emotions and all the things that I've worked so extremely hard. Stayed up so late, got up super early, all those days, all those nights that I've worked extremely hard. When I didn't want to work anymore, and right now I'm just sitting back, finally taking a big deep breath.
Did you know the Astros liked you? You had some conversations?
Yeah, they actually we talked quite a few times. Throughout high school, I was really close with the area scout, and we talked on a regular basis and stuff. And I think for me, I was not expecting anything because with the draft and everything that goes along with it, you just can't expect anything. There were so many picks that that were not expected in certain spots, and that's what makes the draft so cool, and that's what can also make it kind of scary. And so when I think it finally set in, and I was super excited and just super comfortable because obviously right now their track record is incredible when it comes to what they're doing, and they're a great group of respectable gentlemen when it comes to how they go about their business, and I think that's just an incredible outlook on what their organization preaches.
Have you been to Minute Maid Park before?
I've not. So this is gonna be a pretty cool experience. I've never been to Texas actually, so talk about that. But I think this is just an incredible opportunity for me, and I'm just so blessed to have the chance to be able to share this with my family and my teammates.
Anybody from your baseball past that that's in their system, maybe a high school or a travel ball teammate?
Oh yeah, Kyle Tucker. He was one of their high picks. A while back. I knew him throughout my high school career. He's there, and just some other guys here and there. A lot of guys that'll be in the leagues that I'll be playing with. I've played with or played against. And it's pretty cool to think about. I'm knocking on the door of dreams that I've thought of ever since I was a little kid, and it's just gonna be cool.
Is it gonna be? Did they ask you or talk to you last night about maybe what position? Outfield, first base, what?
Just based on the thoughts there, I haven't spoken with them much. They had talked about a left field first base combination earlier, and that's something not to clarify, that they had spoken with me last night about, but a first base left field thing. And if you think about their left field, it's very short when it comes to how deep it gets out there, and so you got guys like Evan Gaddis that are playing out there and stuff like that, and wherever they need to put me and whatever I can do to help our team and work through their system and someday maybe help them win another World Series. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen.
When will you start hitting the cages with a wooden bat?
Oh, you better believe it. It's probably gonna be sometime today. So I'm just super excited, and it's gonna be a dream come true.
Can you take us through that swing of emotions where you're coming off the field and you're in tears, and then the next night it's a different kind of emotion as a first round draft pick?
I'll tell you this: I didn't sleep much. It's one of those things. It's almost like it was the ending of something incredible and special in aspects that